Oh, there are some things that I'd like to unpack. Thank God I was able to save my save file, because I'm nerd when it comes to backing up my save. So I couldn't save recording or record. That happened recently. After that crash, cutscene, everyone just jumps into zero. Uh, we go through the area zero, right? And it has these Pokemons from the past and kind of thing. Oh, I even spawned that already. That's all. Not how to go. All right, so I can spawn outside. So as you can see, we have this weird-looking Jigglypuff. We have the, you know, Arven and Mavostef fighting all weird-looking, what's it called, Mungus, right? And we don't see Benny or Nimona around. What happened is that we fell to Area Zero, then got separated a little bit from Nimona, and she showed up, talk a little bit, then Sada contacts us. Oh, there are these 4 research stations at which she will be able. Can I actually? Okay, and Crydon also was afraid of showing up at all while we're in this. Uh, so yeah, these 4 research stations, we were supposed to use a unlock mechanism, but this we can unlock the final lab zero, where Sada supposedly is at. Going through each station, I would fight a weird-looking Pokemon that was another Pokemon previous generation, even this generation. And we discover later on that they are ancient Pokemon. This game, apparently, also my friend who was a guest at the time, that they played Violet, and for them it was mechanical Pokemon that were from the future. So now it started clicking that, this game, like, Sada apparently built a time machine that can bring Pokemon past, and the other professor, male professor, apparently built a time machine that can bring Pokemon from the future, which explains a lot of things about the design of the Pokemon. Moreover, the more we go into the stations, the characters start interacting. Penny talks about how overprotective her family is, how much of a princess Nimona is in her family, and how much Arven, basically had no family. No backstory about me, of course, because I'm me, so work. I fight this weird-looking Jigglypuff with Nimona. No, with Benny, because Benny thought she was cute. With Nimona, I fought this weird thing that the champion had with her, the blue thingy that spews out toxic spikes the more you hit it, right? And with Arven, I'm pretty sure I fought Donphan, or like the Donphan ancient version, right? And we were discussing whether these ancient Pokemon are actual Pokemon or not, or just looking big. But I wouldn't know if I would answer the same way if I see mechanical Pokemon. These be considered Pokemon? That's a hard question. So Violet poses a harder question than Scarlet in this regard. Moreover, the more we went into these research stations, it was a little bit, becoming a bit clearer that Sada is more of a Gladys, as I described it, right? Rather than just a normal professor. Which is a bit odd, but also at the same time cool. He was lagging a lot, maybe for just recordings. We also read the books about her journals and how, she had all of these discoveries, how these crystals down here are similar to the crystallizing crystal, because, well, oh, that reflection is a bit weird. Because, the Terra Orb was made out of them, so to speak, and which allowed Pokemon to crystallize and whatnot. So all of that is pretty cool. Also, oh yeah, and Crydon got confronted by apparently another Crydon that was caught fast, because Crydon is the Cyclizar, right? Ancient Pokemon version of the Cyclizar, the one that we saw, the green one, that I immediately was like, ah, that looks very similar to my Pokemon. I mean, it's pretty obvious, it's like a huge discovery or anything like that. And yeah, and then what happened afterwards is that other Crydon showed up, kind of threatened our Crydon. I don't know what relationship they have. Arvin like urged our Crydon to like, hey, don't worry, you ate all these Herba Mysticas. You're probably stronger than that other Crydon. Now I don't know if it's a problem of strength, or I was thinking more if it's like it's a tribe, right? The two Crydons are in one tribe, and this is the younger Crydon that caused the older Crydon to get caught in this, get separated from the tribe. No, it's a common theme. It makes sense. But the Crydon kind of like, raised its bow in like, punishment, not in aggression. It's like more like I'm gonna punish you, and our Crydon seemed a little bit remorseful because maybe it felt guilt. At least that's what I understood from the interaction. Yeah, nothing else that happened in this area. Go through the boxes, right? Uh, I only caught like I think a Volcarona, and I think I caught the Dunsparce, the Dunsparce, right? And there's Giraffe, Mora. Apparently that's a Pokemon, one of the Pokemon called Rock Poison. Okay. And also this Garganaka. Garganako? What the hell? Right. So I don't think anything else happened. I think I even caught an Espion here because I wanted to give it a different name, right? Saturn, right? From Saturn Moon. And yeah, that's about it. I don't think anything else of significance happened. Now, fortunately, some of the cutscenes were pretty cool, especially the one where, all these Pokemon started. Once we opened Area 0, or sorry, Lab 0, all these Pokemon started coming out. There was a Magius that looked kind of weird. There was these Among Us looking Pokemon. I think there was like more kind of ran away, and that's why Nimona and what's her name called? Benny ran after them. Now Nimona seemed a bit more excited all the time. She's always like, yes, strong Pokemon, new stuff, let's do it, right? Benny was taking the role of the smartass, right? She's just like, nah, you're all so weird and you all don't make any sense. This is too dangerous. Not something that's funny or, remotely exciting. While Arvan was more like the neutral, right? He was like a little bit on Benny's side, a little bit on Mona's side. The discussions and the interactions were cool. Now the problem is, because of the emulation, for some reason the text was going on so fast. So even when we tried to voice act them, it was just most of the time, if they were having these like chit chat while we were walking, it was hard to keep up with them. But we still gathered enough information to understand what's going on or what's relationship we're having with them, or at least how the relationship, go forward based on these interactions. Other than that, I don't recall anything. Going down was straightforward. It was just this kind of ramping, right? But going all the way down. You can get lost in one spot or the other, but eventually you're just going down from one research station to the next, and so on and so forth, till you get here, and then have this final cutscene. Yeah. Right. And then I stopped the recording at this point where I got here, even though my friend was so eager to continue. But, luckily we decided not to continue because it was too late already. And, if we continued, then my save file would have been even past the climax of Area 0. That would have been kind of like off-putting anyone else. So yeah, it's already a little bit sad that Area 0 was not recorded in full, but I think this is basically the important part of it. Research stations, not that cool. Zada didn't say anything important, she was just a bit robotic. She was just always telling us like, alright, unlock the lock and move forward, unlock the lock and move forward, right? She didn't really give us much go on, and her journals just didn't also help as much as, for example, the Scarlet book that we got from Arven, where basically it made it clear that all these Pokemon are previous versions of the Pokemons. I mean, actual re-evolutions, right, to the Pokemon that we have in our timeline. Penny is worried that they would escape to the outside. Nimona is more excited, right? She's pretending like she's worried about that, but doesn't mind. And Arven is just there, being a cool dude. Anyway, oh, they also fought over which one of them is more friendly, or we had a better relationship with. It's a bit odd, but yeah. Anyway, that's all for this, TED talk, this exposition kind of video where I fill you in on what has been missed. Not gonna go into the end of the game where I'll either be transported to the past, would be pretty cool. I mean, they also know, they said that once a human goes to the past, he can come back to the future, and this kind of preludes to the idea that maybe Sada is stuck there, but she was able to send an electronic version of herself or something like that to communicate with whoever is capable to get to this point. They can solve whatever problem or whatever situation solving in labs there. If we can bring them back, the scientists and Sada and stuff like that, that would be super cool in my opinion. Be looking forward to this climax. Hopefully, it's going to be fun and exciting because, to be honest, the champion of this game and this champion path, which is usually the main selling point of, not selling point, but the main exciting or hard part of most Pokemon games I played, were pretty easy. Nimona's fight was way too easy, and the champion fight was way too easy. I think Hassel, Arven over here, and old Penny and Flaville gave me way harder time than the victory path, which is supposed to be all about Pokemon battle. Anyway, all that said, in the episode here, because I do not dare to game without my phone. Well then, I understand if you didn't make it that far, everyone, but if you did, wow, well, maybe you just jumped here, now hearing me in the episode. Thank you for your time. Thank you. And yeah. Be all. Bye bye.